Hi, we're in the Prepress area of Dunbar Printing, and this is the digital end part of it, right? And is that it?
Yeah.
Just basically.
Unless you want to see a sample, Chris might hold it up for you.
Okay. And that's one of our samples. Kind of back it up here. This kind of up.
She's studying to be a graphic designer, so she's got this part of a class.
Oh, I gotcha.
So I'm trying to help her out briefly, quickly,
So,
like that. So I'll show you.
Thank you.
All Prepress papers.
These are different kinds of papers
Yeah.
that you use for printing?
Yeah, just for that machine out there. That,
Oh, just for the digital part.
yeah.
Okay.
Downstairs was all the bigger stuff.
Okay. This is all digital.
Yeah.
What types of jobs do you do up here in Prepress? In the digital part of it, when is what am I thinking of? Mass jobs. I mean, large jobs downstairs.
Large jobs downstairs, but up here we can turn around like postcards, small newsletters. It could be like an 8-page, 12-page, all that stuff.
And that's what's done up here.
But if you talk about quantities 500 or more,
Right.
it's better off to put them on presses. Anything 500 or less, it's better to put out here, price-wise.
Okay. So that's the difference.
Joe,
Okay.
Chris, here you go, real quick. You want to tell her blah blah, then I'm out of here.
Sure. This is our
This is-
CTP, it's computer to plate machine, and basically we prep stuff over here on this computer. Which
Okay.
has the
This
imposition software.
computer here.
Yeah, it has the imposition software on it. It's a little bit messed up at the moment. We're trying to fix it.
Okay.
Did you have to do that when you went to school?
What's that?
Go to a print shop and that was part of the class? Well, you didn't get into design.
But this is we drop it into hot folders, and then it comes up here. This is the queue,
Okay.
and then say this is the last job that was plated.
Okay.
We hit start. We check the separations.
Right, actually, a lot of, I know a couple graphic designers.
Check separations here, so you can check,
and they
turn off the
actually
black,
had to
the
Okay.
yellow,
take their
magenta,
final project.
cyan,
One of their classes was.
and then once everything is, we double check it, make sure everything's correct here. Then we hit go. This thing asks for a plate.
And then they had to take see what happens. They'll have to run.
And then we feed it in one of these plates.
Okay.
And then these plates are what the image
And
is
what is that
written to.
made out of?
I'm not sure exactly. I think aluminum.
Aluminum. Okay.
I mean, it's just
Okay. Oh yeah.
fairly thin.
Okay.
Fairly
Thin. Okay.
And it's light sensitive. It's got a light sensitive coating on it. This thing burns it. Goes
Burn.
through here, passes to this conveyor,
Okay.
through to here, and then this thing washes it.
Okay.
And then when you're done, you get something that looks. That's an old one. It's got a screen on it, but you can see a little bit where it's burned.
Does it deteriorate when it's exposed like that?
Yes, it does if it's not gummed. I mean,
If
it
it's not
can be preserved downstairs. Like after they finish running it, they can then preserve the plates if we're going to keep them. Like if we expect to run them again.
Okay.
But otherwise, they do deteriorate every time. This one hasn't been gummed or anything. We just use it for testing to run through the cleaner, get the juices moving and everything. So
Okay.
it has deteriorated since it was a lot darker than this before.
Okay.
And of course, he and I do all of our design work over there.
He makes them like they'll take the tag.
And we work almost exclusively in InDesign with
InDesign?
Adobe products. Yeah, we use InDesign, Photoshop, and Illustrator.
Do y'all prefer InDesign over Quark?
Absolutely, yeah.
Oh yeah.
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 Do you think
Quark
it's better?
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, Quark has dropped way off, and InDesign is pretty much the industry standard now. It
Is there a reason for it? Why it has dropped?
Well, they haven't been. They didn't keep up with the updates. They kind of were a bit of a monopoly for a little while, and they let Adobe get ahead of them in terms of technology, and Adobe's just stayed ahead of them. Adobe has a better interface, better design, better integration with everything. Plus, since PDF has become standard,
Wow.
the PDF is kind of the standard format of a printable document. So InDesign natively exports to PDF.
And
Well, you
Adobe
answered
that
real
owns the
quick question.
PostScript.
Yeah, and Adobe was the
technology.
ones that originally developed PostScript to begin with, so
Uh-huh.
it's kind of better integrated into all the products. So,
Wow.
and then
So there was a lot of debate, a lot, in the internet community, in graphic community, which was better,
Yeah.
Quark or InDesign, but a lot of people say they still like Quark, but
well, even if you
I like
the
InDesign.
problem is even if you still like Quark, most of the stuff that you're going to be integrating into a page layout with Quark is probably going to have been created in Photoshop or Illustrator. And then once you're done laying stuff out in Quark, you're probably going to have to export it to PDF. So you've still got Adobe on either side of the equation, or Adobe products on either side of the equation, and Quark just doesn't play as well with those two things. So even if you like Quark, you're still probably going to, the print shop's probably still going to ask for a PDF. And so you're going to have to fight with Quark to get a good PDF out of it sometimes.
Oh,
And
really?
with Quark,
That's
a lot
good
of
to know.
Quark users are Mac users.
Uh-huh.
And like Quark's that's what Mac users like the most. And you're right, there is a debate or there is a big community out there that loves Quark, but in my opinion, they just refuse to change to InDesign.
Yeah.
I was a PageMaker user as opposed to Quark, and Adobe bought PageMaker, and that was the end of PageMaker.
Uh-huh.
But InDesign's so infinitely better than PageMaker, so it all worked out.
PageMaker is still out there, though, isn't it?
It's out there, but they're not making any more updates. There's no more tech support for it because Adobe bought it and essentially replaced it with InDesign.
I think they're trying to phase it out. I think that's why, because they're not.
Well, that's what Aldus used to make PageMaker. There used to be a company called Aldus. Adobe bought it from them, and then they canceled it when they started making InDesign, because InDesign was directly meant to replace PageMaker. So,
Yeah.
and
That's what
InDesign's
usually
in its
happens.
fourth iteration now. I think.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because we'll get PageMaker documents, and if it's possible, we just open them right in InDesign instead of.
And usually they
messing with
will
Page-
open right up in InDesign too. So PageMaker documents fully integrated
Into InDesign. So if you have like some old documents from there, you can import them in.
Yeah, I mean, you might have a little bit of issues with them, but it just takes a little tweaking. You can straighten them back out.
You can also do the same with Quark, your Quark documents too.
Well, you
for
have to have
InDesign, right?
You have to have a special plugin to go from Quark straight into InDesign.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and I
Okay.
think it may be kind of pricey actually, because I remember looking it up after we were here, or after I started here. But
Oh,
it's
okay.
just easier to. I mean, if you have a Quark document, for us, it's easier just to open it up and try to make a PDF out of it, and then manipulate the PDF itself. So.
Because it's rare. Like the only reason I say most Quark users are Mac because it's very rare incidents where we'll get a Quark PC.
It's rare anymore that we get a Quark file at all, but
Yeah.
it's always Mac if we get one.
Yeah, we got a
Okay.
couple of customers that still give us Quark, but they're regulars. We don't get we get very few new customers that are on Quark.
Okay.
This machine's no longer in use, but we do use also these two as well.
This one, the Agfa.
That was before, and Joe knows more about that than I do.
That's a
That
film
was actually-
processor.
yeah.
A
That's
film
when you went
processor.
from film to you burn the film under UV light to the plate.
All right.
Now we just burn the image straight to the plate in the computer to plate machine.
Yeah. It went from
Okay.
being a few different steps where it was here to do the imposition, here to make film, take the film back in the back, strip it and make plates, to now just imposition here, straight to plate with that machine. So it's a lot more efficient. And then these are our plotter, big,
That one.
wide format.
Over
Yeah.
there. Oh, this one.
Yeah, this one, and there's another one in that corner too.
Okay.
That one does up to 44-inch paper, and this one does 24-inch paper.
Okay. Now, that's your colors. Right.
Yep, 7.
Yeah. There's something about digital machines compared to the ones downstairs. They take up less room, don't they?
Oh, yeah, oh, absolutely, yeah. But
She's talking about the presses, that 5
Yeah, but
color.
these are-
absolutely, but it's a world of difference in terms of quality.
These don't print
Right.
with the speed that a press does.
Yeah.
Like you wouldn't want to print off 4,500 sheets, copies of something on these machines. These are
Or the digital out there. You wouldn't want to. I mean, you wouldn't want to do like a big, and plus the sheet size is limited too. I mean, like out there on that thing, it's what 13 by 19 is the biggest sheet.
and we don't even like to print to that. 'Cause
Yeah, and
it's
that's getting iffy.
Yeah.
Whereas with the machines downstairs, you print the sheets this size.
Yeah, we can print up to 25 by 19.
and even larger. So,
Wow.
so I mean, that's like the sheet size, or that's one of the sheet sizes we might use downstairs.
Okay.
So larger, you know, you can impose more pages per sheet.
In fact, you might have an actual. Where's that?
That's not the Epson.
I think.
That's an actual press sheet from a job.
Oh, it's a press sheet. Okay.
That's the cover of a book.
Okay.
You go like that. Fold it like that.
Okay.
That's your book cover. Outside and then inside.
Inside. Okay. It's really neat.
Yep.
That's pretty much our stuff. I mean, everything back here, we use, this area back here, we use mainly for mounting. We've got that prints to vinyl. There's really only one person that's kind of in charge of that. He knows everything about it and kind of takes care of all the vinyl work. And then we use, you know, these large areas for mounting stuff to foam core, you know, mounting large jobs and stuff like that. But a lot of it we don't use anymore because, you know, these light tables and stuff were the old way of making plates,
Okay.
which that machine has come to replace.
Okay. Well, that's great. I really appreciate all your